The date, February 1st, 1968. The speaker, Vince Lombardi. The subject, the future plans of the head coach and general manager of the Green Bay Packers.
And what I have to say, gentlemen, is not completely without emotion, and a decision that was arrived at only after a great deal of thought and a great deal of study, and with the full knowledge of the executive committee of the Green Bay Packers. And because of the emotion involved, I felt I could not trust myself to just get up here and speak off the cuff. I'd much rather be right, and I wrote what I had to say, and you'll have to pardon my reading it, please.
As the announcement was read, many of those there thought back to a cold January day 9 years before. The day the man who was to compile an incomparable record took over control of the Packers. On that day, Vince Lombardi did not read his statement. It was short and to the point. He said, "Gentlemen, I never have been associated with a losing team, and I don't intend to start now." He didn't start. That year, he guided the Packers to their first winning season after a dozen frustrating years. What he did was start a dynasty. A dynasty built on dedication to the rules of fundamental football. Crisp blocking, sure tackling, hard running, and precision passing. It's all there on the record. 91 victories, 29 losses, 4 ties. 6 Western Division championships. 5 National Football League titles, including an unprecedented 3 in a row. 2 decisive victories in the Super Bowl. But ask Vince Lombardi for the secret behind the astonishing success story, and he'll say it's the team. The team as a unit. Yes, always the team as a unit.
Bowman over the ball now. Second down play. Starr goes back to throw. Sets, fires, complete to Tom Moore, and he breaks loose at the 10, goes to the 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Starr takes, hands to Taylor, hits the middle of that line, breaks loose from a tackler at the line of scrimmage, and gets across the 20 before he's stopped by 3 or 4 Detroit tacklers. Wayne Rasmussen was in on the tackle along with Sam Williams, and getting up from the bottom of the pile was Darius McCord. Pick up on the play, 5 yards, and a little bit better.
The pressure has been on the Packer defense many times this afternoon, and they've done an outstanding job. Here are the Rams up to the line of scrimmage. Gabriel checks the defense. Passing situation, takes the ball, goes back to throw. The Packers come pouring in on him, and Willie Davis has got him back at the 30-yard line and dumps him. And boy, we've got to salute that Green Bay Packer defense. They have been outstanding this afternoon. Henry Jordan, Willie Davis, Ron Kostelnik, Lionel Aldridge across that front line. What a great job they've done. And now the Rams will have to settle for a field goal attempt. Starr has the team at the line. He sets them, takes the ball, gives off to Travis Williams, and he's in for the touchdown. Travis Williams slanted over the right tackle spot, and he goes in, and the Packers lead 27-7 over the Los Angeles Rams. And the Green Bay drive started back on the 27-yard line, moved 73 yards in a total of 9 plays. The team. The team is a unit. And yet the team is men. And in saluting the team, you salute the men. Men like Jerry Kramer, the offensive guard who overcame the nearly crippling injuries of his youth to become the leading force on the famed Green Bay power sweep. Jerry Kramer, who on a memorable day in 1962 stood in a gale-swept Yankee Stadium, kicked 3 field goals and a point after, 10 of the 16 Packer points as they defeated the New York Giants for the National Football League title. Men like Paul Hornung, the in-and-out quarterback who became the slashing halfback who led Packer fans to remember other days and other games. Men like Jim Taylor, the fullback who learned so well the Lombardi lesson, run to daylight. And men like Forrest Gregg, Bob Skoronski, and Fuzzy Thurston, Carroll Dale and Boyd Dowler and Max McGee, and on and on. Great players, great play, great games, but always, it's the team. The team as a unit.
Starr takes the ball, goes back to throw on first down, fires a pass. It is complete along the sideline at the 38-yard line. Complete to Bob Long, who ran the down and out pattern from his flanker spot on the right side. and was well ahead of Jimmy Hill, the defensive back at that point. Hill was about 10 steps behind him, so Long had to dive back for the ball, took it on the ground, but it's good enough for the first down for the Packers on their own 38. They're out of the huddle now, up to the line of scrimmage. 18 points behind. Bart Starr's got to get the attack rolling. Paul Hornung goes in motion to the left side. Starr goes back to throw again. Fakes once, pumps up the middle, and it's complete to Bob Long. He's loose at the 40, the 35, the 30, gets a beautiful block, and he's going to go all the way for the touchdown. And the block was thrown by Carroll Dale at the 25-yard line of the Detroit Lions. A key block and a beautiful block. So the Packers have struck like lightning here. 2 plays from scrimmage, and they go 62 yards for the touchdown. Bart Starr to Bob Long, and when Long stretches out those long legs, he can really move. So the Packers got back in a hurry, and what a beautiful block by Carroll Dale. Don Chandler will attempt the extra point. Bart Starr holding. There's the kick. It's good, and it's a 21-10 football game. The Packers have shaved that lead down just a little bit.
This was a day when the team came back. It's October 17th in 1965. As they went to the locker room at halftime in Detroit, the Packers were trailing 21-3. Then came the third period, a frantic 15 minutes, and an outstanding performance by Bart Starr, the field general of the Packers. The touchdown pass to Long brought the Pack back to within 11 points, but Starr was not through.
So the Packers are on the prowl again. It's 21-10. Detroit in the lead. Packers chewing away at that lead. They need this drive. They need it to go all the way. Bowman over the ball. Starr takes. Hands off to Moore. Slant to the right side, and he's across the line of scrimmage down to the 32-yard line before he stopped. Making the tackle was Ernie Clark, along with Bruce Marr for the Detroit Lions. Ball is at the 32-yard line. So there's a pickup on that play of 4 yards, and it's 2nd down and 6 for the Packers. Ball 20 yards in from the west side of the field. Bowman over the ball now. 2nd down play. Starr goes back to throw. Sets, fires, complete to Tom Moore, and he breaks loose at the 10, goes to the 5, and into the end zone for the touchdown. He got away from Wayne Rasmussen at the 10-yard line. So the Packers have come back with a vengeance here in the second half, and it's now a 21-16 game, and Don Chandler will come in to boot the extra point.
Students of the game have pegged this performance against Detroit as perhaps Starr's finest 15 minutes. But it was the team. The team as a unit. The story of how Bart Starr came to be a member of the team has more than a little of the Cinderella quality. Starr was a 17th round draft choice. A total of 198 other collegians were rated ahead of the signal caller for Alabama in the 1956 player draft. As a sophomore, Bart Starr had led the Crimson Tide to the Cotton Bowl. But an injury had sidelined him as a junior, and in his senior year, Bart Starr sat on the bench for most of a dismal season as Alabama lost 10 straight games. But Vince Lombardi took over, and he found a quarterback, his quarterback, midway through that first season. And Bart Starr took command, and he has stayed in command.
21-17, the Detroit Lions out in front of Green Bay in the closing moments of the third quarter. Packers have come back magnificently here in the second half. Starr has his team ready at the line of scrimmage. Takes, hands off to Taylor. Again, the hold's in the middle, and Taylor moves the ball up to the 24-yard line before he's stopped by the center of the Detroit defense, Alex Karras, Joe Schmidt, Roger Brown. Ball is just nosing up to the 24-yard line. They'll be about a yard short of that first down. It's 3rd and 1. A minute and 41 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Packers break out of the huddle. Fans cheering for that Detroit defense to dig in. Bob Long goes way out to the left side as the flanker. Marv Fleming tight on the left side. Carroll Dale split on the right. Fake handoff, pass over the middle, it's complete to Dale, and he's going to go. He's at the 50, to the 30, he's going to go all the way. Starr called a magnificent play on a 3rd and 1 situation with the Detroit Lion defense bunched toward the middle, expecting the Packers to go for the first down. Bart Starr once again crossed up the defense, hit Carroll Dale with a perfect strike at about midfield, and Dale outraced the Detroit Lions defense to go in for the touchdown. Dick LeBeau and Jim Carney were close to him when he got the ball, but he outdistanced them by 10 yards to beat them to the goal line, and the Packers are out in front 23-21 over the Detroit Lions.
Even though the emphasis falls on the offense in remembering these great years, the fans know that many of the Packers' glory games were won by the hard-nosed, proud, determined defense forged by Phil Bengtson and Vince Lombardi. Talk about the team as a unit. Well, put yourself in the place of an opposing quarterback and look over the line of scrimmage at the unmovable Ron Kostelnik and Lionel Aldridge, the slashing cat-like Willie Davis and Henry Jordan, the all-pro linebacking core of Nitschke, Robinson, and Caffey. Imagine yourself throwing passes against the speed of Herb Adderley and Bob Jeter, the tremendous defensive ability of Willie Wood and the steady Tom Brown. Imagine yourself in that position, and you'll find yourself up against a disciplined, proud, self-sacrificing defense. The team as a unit. Offense and defense, it was the team on that unforgettable day in 1965. Sudden death against the Baltimore Colts.
Bill Curry gets over the ball at center. Bart Starr will kneel at the 25-yard line. And it's all up to Bart Starr and Don Chandler now. Starr stretches out the hand. There's the snap, the boot, the ball is in the air. It is good! The Green Bay Packers are the Western Division champions by a score of 13-10 over the Baltimore Colts.
Don Chandler. In the 3 championship seasons, the Packers' glory years, Chandler accounted for a total of 261 points for the Packers. His pressure-packed performance in that sudden death game against the Colts will always be remembered. Remember, too, the 15 points he scored against Oakland in the second Super Bowl game. Don Chandler remembers, too. He remembers the day in the summer of 1956 when a discouraged rookie punter from the University of Florida named Chandler was persuaded not to quit the New York Giants. The man who did the talking? An assistant coach named Vince Lombardi. Don Chandler's clutch kick, the sudden death victory of '65, was an important chapter in the story of the glory years. It set the stage for the title game, the first portion of what was to become the Triple Crown, the victory over Cleveland. The Browns were defending champions. The week before, Bart Starr had taken a crushing block from a Baltimore Colt appropriately named Stonebreaker. And on this day, he trotted out onto a field covered with a mixture of snow and mud with his aching ribs tightly taped. But the Packers, the team as a unit, was ready for the task.
Starr takes the ball, hands off to Hawning, sweep to the left side, he's got the block, he's inside the 10, he's at the 5, cuts into the end zone for the touchdown. And there you saw the Green Bay Packer power sweep as of days of yore, as Forrest Gregg cleared the way with a beautiful block in the vicinity of the 5-yard line to spring him loose. The 2 guards, Jerry Kramer and Fuzzy Thurston, doing a great job at the line of scrimmage, and the Packers are out in front by a score of 19-12 over the Cleveland Browns. 19-12. And Don Chandler will attempt to make it 20.
Chandler did make it 20. And in the final quarter, he added a field goal to make it 23. The Packers, undaunted by the dismal weather, played ball control and captured a 23-12 victory. Bart Starr said it best in explaining the Packer game plan. "We like to control the ball," Starr said. "As long as we have the ball, they can't do anything with it. But when you don't control the ball, when they have it, it's then that you must rely on your defense." Throughout the years, the Green Bay defense has won praise, and it's won football games. The defensive unit bears the indelible stamp of Lombardi, the man who in his collegiate days at Fordham gained national fame as a member of the line they called the 7 Blocks of Granite. The Green Bay defense developed a granite-like quality. Think back to that championship game of 1966, that day in Dallas when the Packer defense staged a memorable goal line stand.
The clock is running with 52 seconds remaining. And Pettis Norman made a great catch there, flat on the ground, on his stomach. All right. If the Cowboys go in here and kick the extra point, we're going into overtime. They've got one play to travel 2 yards. Meredith takes the ball, rolls out to the right. He's going to be nailed. He got intercepted. A pass away, and it's intercepted. In the end zone by Tom Brown. Dave Robinson nailed Don Meredith as he attempted to throw that. It was intercepted in the end zone by Tom Brown, and the Packers have just taken the championship. There's 28 seconds to play, but they own the football out on their own 20-yard line.
Defense and offense. Offense and defense. The team. The team as a unit. Somewhere in the sports writer's dog-eared lexicon, there's a line which reads, football is a game of third downs. And someone has noted that Bart Starr is the third down quarterback. There's a special sort of electricity in the air when the Packers line up and the scoreboard shows that big number 3 in the down slot. Some of the most memorable calls of Field General Starr have come on third down. In the 1967 playoff game against the Rams, with the Western Division Championship on the line, this third down call proved to be the play that broke the game wide open. It's third down and 13 for the Green Bay Packers at the Rams 17-yard line. They want the touchdown here rather than the field goal, and this is the down that will tell the story as Carroll Dale goes wide to the left as the flanker. Starr takes the ball, goes back to throw. Gets his pass away into the corner. It is complete to Dale for the touchdown. Carroll Dale took that one right over Herb Cross. A beautiful catch by Carroll Dale. Right behind Herb Cross, and the Green Bay Packers are out in front by a score of 13-7 over the Los Angeles Rams. While praising the accomplishments of head coach Lombardi, it's easy perhaps to overlook the accomplishments of general manager Lombardi. Through trades, judicious uses of draft choices, the Lombardi in the front office has supplied the Lombardi on the field with the men who make the team as a unit. Case in point, the 1967 season, when injuries cut sharply into the supply of available running backs. General Manager Lombardi found an answer. He found it in the person of a one-time Ivy Leaguer from Yale, former New York Giant Chuck Mersine. It's now third down and 5 yards to go for the Green Bay Packers on the Los Angeles Rams 6-yard line. An important play because if they don't make it here, they'll be forced with the decision whether to go for it or take the field goal. Starr has the team set at the line now. Takes the snap. Hands off to Chuck Mersine, and he's in for the touchdown. Draw play to Chuck Mersine. He drove up the middle and goes into the end zone for the touchdown on a 6-yard smash, and the Packers take a 20-7 lead over the Los Angeles Rams on a beautiful 80-yard drive, engineered expertly by Bart Starr, who mixed up the running game and the passing game, and Chuck Mersine, who started slowly this afternoon, was outstanding on that drive. He got 2 key first downs and just went in for the touchdown. And General Manager Lombardi remembers the needs of Coach Lombardi when it comes time for the college player draft. And sometimes he finds a bargain. The Packers' 4th-round draft choice in 1967 was a back named Travis Williams of Arizona State. And as a first-year man, Williams burst dramatically on the scene on October 30th when he took a cardinal kickoff and raced 93 yards for the touchdown. 2 weeks later against Cleveland, he went 87 yards with a kickoff. 12 minutes after that, he went 85 yards, and the legend of the Roadrunner was born. Then in the playoff against Los Angeles, Packers at the line, 1st and 10. Highland over the ball. Starr checks the defense, moving. The handoff goes to Travis Williams. Slant over the right side, goes to the outside, into the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20, and he's going to go in. Travis Williams slanted over the right tackle spot and moved 47 yards for the touchdown. And if Don Chandler boots the extra point, this ball game will be all tied up. And there's the Roadrunner really turning on that speed. The daylight was there as Jerry Kramer, Forrest Gregg, and Marv Fleming opened the way. And once he got past the line of scrimmage, he swung to the outside, and he really turned it on. And the Packers, with 6 minutes and 45 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, should go into a tie if Don Chandler boots the extra point. And he has 39 out of 39 so far this season. There's a proverb which maintains a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. In reviewing the story of the Packers' glory years, It seems that the team's journey of thousands of yards was climaxed by a trip of just 16 inches.
Here are the Packers. Third down, inches to go. To Pater. 17 to 14. Cowboys out of... He's in for the touchdown, and the Packers are out in front. 20 to 17. There's 13 seconds showing on the clock, and the Green Bay Packers are going to be world champions, NFL champions for the third straight year.
3 straight titles. And now, on a February night, the man who had fashioned the team as a unit, was telling us why the dual role of general manager and head coach was too much.
I think you are aware, too, of the time and effort necessary and required to coach a successful professional football team operation, particularly with the additional games. The season begins as early as July the 10th and ends as late as January the 14th. This is a 7-day week. Also includes many, many evenings of work, plus many months of preparation before July, before the players arrive. And to repeat, gentlemen, because of the nature of the business and because of the growth of the business and the corporate structure of the Packers, I believe it is impractical for me to try to do both jobs, and I feel I must relinquish one of them. Fortunately, I have had a very capable and a very loyal assistant. He has been with me since the beginning in Green Bay. I am positive that under his leadership and under his direction, Green Bay football will continue to be excellent, Green Bay football will continue to grow, and Green Bay football will be everything you want it to be. Gentlemen, let me introduce to you now the new head coach of the Green Bay Packers, Mr. Phil Bengtson.
Phil Bengtson, the man who had been in charge of the defense during the 9 seasons, was moving up.
Coach Lombardi, members of the board of directors, I'd like to thank Vince and the board of directors for the confidence they have shown in me in giving me this assignment. I realize that I will be succeeding a remarkable man. I'll be coaching a team with a record which is probably unequaled in the history of professional football. I hope that with the help of this fine coaching staff and our fine group of football players, that we can continue with the winning traditions of the Packers. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
So when the wind whistles in off the river and the air has that Green Bay cold, you'll hear all the wonderful stories of the Packer teams of old, of Lambeau and Hudson, Cecil Isbell and Johnny Blood, Hinkle and Herber and all the others. But as long as football lives here, and it will live forever, the fans will tell the story of a legend named Lombardi and 3 Packer years of glory. But they'll be told it was not one man who fashioned this football dream. It was the team as a unit. It was always the team.